Good evening. We are still on Tuesday, the 22nd of November 2022. It's now 10:34. I'm going to be sharing with you for November the 22nd, which is today still, Saint Cecilia, but in this book, The Butlers, they call it Saint Cecily, VMAD 230. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Prayer to my guardian angel. O angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here, ever this night be at my side, to light, to guard, to rule and guide. Amen. Prayer to Saint Michael the Archangel. Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in the day of battle. Be our safeguard against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do you, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the other evil spirits who prowl through the world, seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. I'm reading from BUTLER'S for November the 22nd. We have our sister church in Dersingham as St. Cecilia's, but in this book they call her St. Cecily. So I'd better read it as Cecily, but it probably is really St. Cecilia because this is ancient. St. Cecily, VMAD 230. The name of Saint Cecily has always been most illustrious in the Church, and ever since the primitive ages is mentioned with distinction in the canon of the Mass, and in the sacramentaries and calendars of the Church. Her spouse, Valerian, TIBURTIUS and MAXIMUS, an officer who were her companions in martyrdom, are also mentioned in the same authentic and venerable writings. Saint Cecily was a native of Rome, of a good family, and educated in the principles and perfect practice of the Christian religion. In her youth, she by vow consecrated her virginity to God, yet was compelled by her parents to marry a nobleman named Valerian. Him she converted to the faith, and soon after gained to the same his brother, TIBURTIUS. The men first suffered martyrdom, being beheaded for the faith. Saint Cecily finished her glorious triumph some days after them. Their acts, which are of very small authority, make them contemporary with Pope Urban I, and consequently place their martyrdom about the year 230, under Alexander Severus. Others, however, place the triumph of these martyrs under Marcus Aurelius between the years 176 and 180. Their sacred bodies were deposited in part of the cemetery of Calixtus, which part from our saint was called St. Cecily's Cemetery. Mention is made of an ancient church of St. Cecily in Rome in the 5th century, in which Pope Symmachus held a council in the year 500. This church being fallen to decay, Pope Paschal I began to rebuild it. But it was in some pain how he should find that body of the saint, for it was thought that the Lombards had taken it away, as they had many others from the cemeteries of Rome, when they besieged that city under King Astulpus in 755. One Sunday, as this pope was assisting at matins, as was his wont at St. Peter's, he fell into a slumber, in which he was advertised by St. Cecily herself that the Lombards had in vain sought for her body, and that he should find it. And he accordingly discovered it in the cemetery, called by her name, clothed in a robe of gold tissue, with linen cloths at her feet dipped in her blood. With her body was found that of Valerian, her husband, and the Pope caused them to be translated to her church in the city, as also the bodies of Tiburtius and Maximus, martyrs, and of the popes Urban and Lucius, which lay in the adjoining cemetery of Praetextatus on the same Appian road. This translation was made in 821. Pope Paschal founded a monastery in honour of these saints near the church of St. Cecily, that the monks might perform the office day and night. He adorned that church with great magnificence, and gave to it silver plate to the amount of about £900, among other things a ciborium or tabernacle of £500 weight, and a great many pieces of rich stuffs for veils and such kinds of ornaments, in one of which was represented the angel crowning St. Cecily, Valerian, and Tiburtius. This church, which gives title to a cardinal, excuse me, I have to turn the page, a cardinal priest, was sumptuously rebuilt in 1599 by Cardinal Pope Paul Emilius Sfrondati, nephew to Pope Gregory the 14th, when Clement the 8th caused the bodies of these saints to be removed under the high altar and deposited in a most sumptuous vault in the same church, called the Confession of St. Cecily. It was enriched in such a manner by Cardinal Paul Emilius Sfrondati as to dazzle the eye and astonish the spectator. This church of St. Cecily is called In Trastevere, or beyond the Tiber, to distinguish it from 2 other churches in Rome which bear the name of this saint. Saint Cecily, from her assiduity in singing the divine praises, in which according to her acts she often joined instrumental music with vocal. That's why she is regarded as the patroness of church music. The Psalms and many sacred canticles in many other parts of the Holy Scripture and the universal practice, both of the ancient Jewish and of the Christian Church, recommend the religious custom of sometimes employing a decent and grave music in sounding forth the divine praises. By this homage of praise, we join the heavenly spirits in their uninterrupted songs of adoration, love, and praise. By this homage of praise, we join the heavenly spirits in their uninterrupted songs of adoration, love, and praise. And by such music, we express the spiritual joy of our hearts in this heavenly function, and excite ourselves therein to holy jubilation and devotion. Divine love and praise are the work of the heart, without which all words or exterior signs are hypocrisy and mockery. Yet, as we are bound to consecrate to God our voices, and all our organs and faculties, and all creatures which we use, so we ought to employ them all in magnifying his sanctity, greatness, and glory, and sometimes to accompany our interior affections of devotion with the most expressive exterior signs. Saint Chrysostom elegantly extols the good effects of sacred music, and shows how strongly the fire of divine love is kindled in the soul by devout psalmody. Saint Austin, I think they mean Augustine, teaches that it is useful in moving piously the mind and kindling the affections of divine love. St. Charles Borromeo, in his youth, allowed himself no other amusement but that of grave music, with a view to that of the Church. As to music as an amusement, too much time must never be given to it, and extreme care ought to be taken, as a judicious and experienced tutor observes, that children be not set to learn it very young, because it is a thing which bewitches the senses, dissipates the mind exceedingly, and alienates it from serious studies, as daily experience shows. Soft and effeminate music is to be always shunned with abhorrence, as the corrupter of the heart and the poison of virtue. Thank you for listening. May God bless you and heal you. I'm sending you his peace in abundance. May you always be happy and joyful and singing and praising God in the Lord. Thank you so much, and sending you peace and gratitude for listening. God bless you and thank you. Bye-bye.